Welcome everybody to Forza Motorsport 6, and today we're dealing with a 2016 Jaguar F-Type Project 7. Now, this is a special and limited edition of the F-Type with a mere 250 of them being made, and to get really to the grips with this car we need to look at the engine first. So let's open it up. It's got the standard hood on the F-Type, and yeah, it's got 567 horsepower, 516 pounds-feet of torque for its 5 litre V8 supercharged, which is 17 horsepower more than the F-Type R and 14 pounds-feet of torque more than the F-Type R, which is a pretty decent amount of power extra, and it actually makes it the most powerful Jaguar ever made. So yeah, you've got that on your side if you ever buy one of these, or if you ever find one, because they are all sold now. And it also weighs less as well, at 3,571 pounds, which is 67 pounds less than the F-Type R. Now, with those kind of figures, you'd expect this to be more of a slightly fettled and slightly homed-in car of the F-Type, but no, it's far more track-orientated and far more in terms of handling than the F-Type R is. It's got an open grille, it's got side inlets that are opened up as well, it's got a splitter, it's got side splitters, side skirt should I say, bigger rear diffuser and a fixed spoiler, unlike the F-Type R, which comes up at a certain speed and lowers when you go below that speed. It also has some homages to its racing past with this classic paint job and the aero haunch behind the driver's seat, which is based on the 1950s D-Type. So yeah, this is more than just a slightly more powerful F-Type R. This is well and truly a racing car now, despite the fact that it still has all the luxuries as well, as you can see. But yeah, far more track orientated, and I don't think that the roof actually comes up anymore. I'll have to find that out for you, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It also has lighter wheels, better brakes, better suspension, and yeah, like I said, far more track orientated. So we're going to take it out onto the track and see what it can do. So see you when we get there. Welcome to Lagoon. Take this car around on the first lap and talk through it on the second lap. Now, in terms of acceleration, you'd expect a car with more power and less weight to be faster than the car it's based on. However, I have had conflicting reports on whether or not this car is faster or slower than the F-Type R. I've had other journalists saying that this car's faster by 0.2 of a second, other people saying this is slower by 0.2 of a second, and this game actually says that this car is slower by 0.2 of a second to 60 at 3.8 seconds. And it has a 0 to 100 time of 8.1 seconds, which again is apparently slower according to this game by 0.4 seconds. Now, I don't doubt the fact that this car is slower in terms of top speed because it has more aerodynamic properties in terms of producing downforce. So yeah, 192 mile an hour to the F-Type R's 201 mile an hour is entirely believable. But I just find it hard to believe that a car that has less weight and more power is somehow slower than a car that has, you know, less power and more weight. But that doesn't really matter either way, to be honest, because this car is such a joy to drive over the F-Type R that I'm not really bothered about how slightly faster or how slightly slower this car is, because it handles its weight far better, it brakes better, it doesn't wobble around like the F-Type R tended to do, because with the V8 it was conflicting between the amount of power it could put out and the amount of weight that it was trying to handle all at the same time, whereas this handles the weight better, and even with that extra power is also able to handle the power better as well. And I personally think it looks better, especially better than the coupe version of this of the F-Type R. So yeah, even though I was never a fan of the V8 version of the F-Type, I am a fan of it in this guise, because it, quite frankly, it's just such a joy to drive that I don't really care if it's got an engine that originally wasn't really fitting to the car, because in this car it does fit it. It does sound better, it does drive better, and as a result it is a decently good track car. And with it being 100% aluminium in terms of its body, it's also got that lightness on its side that the original F-Type doesn't. So yeah, a solid car, a bit more track orientated than you would like if you wanted it for the road, but a great car nonetheless, and it's a great driver's car, which is what I think is matters more than most other aspects to a car. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.